Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Salutations spéciales à vous tous. Welcome to the Rotschill Anderson Show and the big crew. Et à ce spécial, oui, là. Et parce que nous gagnons, imaginons, Loulou qui m'a mis dans l'écran avec Mano. Et puis nous gagnons Stanley qui Boston live ensemble avec nous dans le studio. Et ce samedi là. Et m'ba quoi moun y content même. M'ba quoi moun y content du tout. Et de changement ça. Et ce samedi là. Et nous gagnons Stanley avec nous live dans le studio là. Et puis nous gagnons Richard Dumont avec nous. Nous gagnons Mano Bouzi. Et oui, l'homme intègre. L'homme d'une seule femme. Et puis nous gagnons Loulou avec nous. Oh, et pas nous gagnons dans nous.
Oui.
Ça veut dire que nous. Nous bon.
Ce n'est pas un homme fambré, hein?
L'homme est intègre. Et nous gagnons Loulou. Et nous dit nous, mesdames et messieurs, nous avons dit nous ça. Et subscribe. Et nous avons dit merci avec tout producteur qui travaille à arrache-pied. Et pour mettre les choses à sous pied. Et si vous avez ensemble avant. Et m'a dit nous subscribe. Nous avons un très bel show. Et as one of fact, Loulou parle nous et ça nous va discuter à ce là. Et puis encore tout, m'a dit nous subscribe nous Facebook, share post là, ban love et puis mettez commentaires nous because we're gonna read your questions et puis on va élaborer sur les tout. So therefore, nous même cap participer, cap regarder show, nous même cap regarder show live, on a plus possibilité pour nous participer tout. Et bon, nous allons passer directement à Loulou sans plus tarder pour nous capables. So therefore, we know exactly what subject we are going to talk about tonight. Et encore rapidement, dis-nous, welcome à Stanley live inside the studio. Et ce ça nous là en direct et monsieur font déplacement et pas oublier bon, les couilles pour prédire tout.
22 degrees.
Alhamdulillah. So but anyway, we are happy to have Stanley here. But tout même nous taper c'est fait des matchs et pour moi nous t'es là tout, but même comme vous connaissez et il ressemble que Boston a un problème ice. Et sur samedi là, ice pas quitter tout le monde parti. Et il y a deux problèmes ice. Il y a ice neige qui a tombé puis il y a ice immigration.
Boston.
Et so ça veut dire que bon, but hopefully quand le deuxième ice là font poser, n'a pas gagner Mano et live ensemble avec nous dans le studio. Loulou, take it over.
All right. I definitely regret not being there, sitting next to Stanley, but another day.
She's lying.
I do regret it. All right, guys. So we have some very interesting topics that we are going to uncover. First of all, something that a lot of people are worrying about: another airplane crash. What in the world is going on? Then we have Elon Musk with baby mama drama. That is going to be very interesting. Also, Trump first month in office, stating that he is serving the country. If he's serving the country, then you're not breaking any laws. So we're gonna definitely dive into that. And last but not least, BBLs. Are women still getting them? All right, take it over, Anderson.
Eh oui, mesdames et messieurs, et ça veut dire que les choses sont intéressantes aujourd'hui alors. But now, women personnellement, like as far as a plane, I don't think this wasn't practically a plane crash though. Comparativement avec plane crash, that's a different thing that basically just have just a lot to do with the weather. To me, it's not. It's just like it's like a plane crash because practically just the plane was on the ground when that happened. So practically the plane flipped over, and then. Based on what I know about planes, people don't believe that it could happen. Yes, it can happen. It can happen based on the weather. It depends on the wind. Keep in mind, the wind plays a lot when a plane is flying. And the engine itself consumes what? Air pressure. Do you understand? So, to me, I would not consider it as a plane crash. But another thing also we have to take on consideration, this is only 80 people on the plane. So the plane is not heavy. So again, I don't understand. When it's come to nature, one thing that we still need to learn, you cannot fight against nature, point blank. Doesn't matter what you build. Look at tractor trailers, for example, those 18-wheelers. You see how heavy they are? Even sometimes they're full of gas, they fill up petroleum, and guess what happened? They flip. The tornado flipped them around, but at the end of the day, we on this aspect, I'm not looking at it as a plane crash, another plane crash. I'm looking at it simply as, the weather thing is serious. Doesn't matter. If we can argue, we can sit down and argue all the time about what they call all the time, like global warming, things like that. We can sit down and debate that all day, all night, all we want. At the end of the day, Mother Nature, I don't think we have a chance against Mother Nature. Point blank. Simple as that. That's my thing.
I have a question for you. It's not a plane crash. What would you call it?
It's not a plane crash. Usually when you look at it, usually
it's an incident.
It's an incident. Exactly.
But what happened to the plane? What happened to the plane?
I mean, like, it's an accident.
If it's not a crash,
The flip is flip over. Okay. A plane crash would be like, okay, if the plane crashed with another plane, just like happened with the helicopter.
Or maybe it fell off the sky and then
fell off
hit the ground. So it's definitely not. I don't know if the plane was in motion.
Was in the ground.
Was it in motion? Well, I don't know.
He had to be in motion because
He had to be in
stop
motion.
with-
They say it was when
he's
he was
off the
coming
gate.
down.
It was coming down.
Okay, so it's a crash.
It's a yeah.
If it was
Well,
coming down,
If it was coming down, it's a crash.
It's a crash.
well,
But if it's already landed and then it stopped or it flip over, that is a whole different thing.
yes,
If it was coming down.
I mean,
Well-
Anderson, to piggyback off of what you're saying, we do deal with Mother Nature. However, historically, in early months of the year like this, there hasn't been this many aviation accidents. Remember, we have the January 29th, 31st, February 6th, the 10th, and now the 17th. So people definitely are wondering what in the world is going on. And are there regulations and are they really checking these planes, or are things being, are people being held accountable to avoid this from happening? We just started the year and yet it's been back to back.
yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I was nervous myself coming here today because when I went to catch my plane, when I went to catch my plane earlier today, we had 45 wind chill factor, right? So basically, it was very windy where I was coming from. And when it was time for us to take off until we got to our cruising altitude, it was very turbulent. So I was a little nervous. And if you take off a plane, like if you take off like a little paper plane and you throw it in the air, right? Mother Nature is so powerful. It's basically the same thing here, right? You have a plane sitting or taxiing. I don't know what was going on. And then you have wind coming under the wings that are strong enough, it can actually flip the plane. I can understand that can happen, but I wouldn't put this in the same category with some of the other crash that we've seen. The other things were more like human error, right? This is more Mother Nature doing its thing. Can we prevent it? Maybe, hey, there's strong wind. Maybe you might want to circle around a little bit before you land. But, I would say that this is in a different category compared to some of the other stuff that happened earlier this month.
Mano.
I mean, I'm no plane expert. I'm just saying, like, I just honestly, I don't know what to say. I get what Lulu tried to emphasize. It's just so many of them, Mother Nature, human error, airplane problem. It just us as human, we kind of like afraid now to get on a plane. I used to take getting on a plane for granted. Now you almost gotta get your wheel in check before you go anywhere on a plane. Not long ago, I think like a week ago, they just have a single plane crash next to my house.
Once a month.
Probably like 3 miles in Northampton. Nothing happened to the guy.
Twice a month, I'm in a plane.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Somebody crying about your flying, man.
Yeah.
I know the producer crying about my flying. What can I do about it? I gotta work, man.
No, but those are definitely unfortunate events. But I think there are just a little bit of coincidence happening. I think that would probably subside as the year goes on. But it's just unfortunate that it's just happening right now, right?
And also, to people need to realize an airplane is the safest thing you can ever get into, because they check it every time he goes on the ground.
I disagree with you.
I believe now.
I disagree with you.
I believe now that's going to start changing. Because if you have if before the year end, you have 3 more like that, people are gonna start freaking
Guys,
out.
Before the
Yeah,
year
but-
end, before June.
Guys, I
know?
I fix equipment and I've seen
But
them.
me, I'm getting
Like
old. I'm
bad.
freaking out in the plane anyway. I don't wanna. I mean, like,
You see what I mean?
I got
So,
small children. I'm worried about. So
but if I ask anybody here, when is the last time you even somebody checked their cars? I mean, but an airplane, every time you land, they go to a full circle check in it. The tires, the
Believe me,
stuff.
I know.
I mean, stuff's gonna. But if you think about how many airplanes it's in the air every day,
And I think what?
you gotta.
I think
you gotta
that's
take
where
it in consideration.
that's
like that.
where we start having problem now. I believe that's where I guess what you say make a good point. Because back then we did not have that many air on the plane, just on the air.
So
Now
when
we
something
have-
happened,
now we
everybody
have a
was like,
lot. You understand? And also we talk about shortage when it's come to those flight controllers, things like that. So keep in mind, people, a lot of things are changing.
Controllers.
The air traffic controllers, a lot of things are changing.
I mean, Thursday night after the show, we almost witnessed a crash. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very.
I mean,
close.
but keep in mind, we were looking at it like
it
from where
was
we at.
it was pretty close.
I never seen anything that close, But I think now because of the last time, like when we were looking up, so many planes was in the air. I never seen that many planes on the air before.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I mean, listen, I believe honestly, I believe we are in a different era. I mean,
Well, there's definitely more
Shock
people
era.
traveling.
Than before.
Population has increased.
before it was rich people traveling,
Well,
and now everybody's traveling. So
yeah. So the more airplanes, the more frequency, the more. It might be a small percentage, but the more you increase the number of planes up in the air, the more there's an opportunity for something to happen.
back then, now if you even look at where they make those planes now.
Yeah.
Because they play freaking small, you can't even move, man.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you realize that, especially when I'm traveling, like I believe JetBlue, I think. If I fly JetBlue, they don't even have first class. The whole plane is the same class.
It depends on where you go.
Well, I mean, of course, I'm talking about like
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to Europe, yes, they do have different classes.
it's a
but
different
yeah,
thing, of
sure.
course.
LA. If the flight is a long
But
flight,
you're
they
talking
give
about
you
like
more
if you're
for-
flying Latin America, you're flying the Caribbean, the plane is like, even if you're flying here, like national. So it's like, but I think, like I said, is hey, you know what?
I mean, yeah, like I said, like right now you can find 5 planes going to the same city in like 30 minutes apart. From JetBlue, American. Like, oh, I missed that flight. There's a 2:00. There's a 3:30. There's like a 4:30. You see what I'm saying? So back in the days, it wasn't like that. You might have
2 or 3
one
flights.
plane going from Florida to New York or something like that. Now it's like taking the bus.
Yeah.
So
Right.
obviously,
Airbus, right?
percentage-wise, it's gonna happen.
So, all right, Lulu, what do we have next?
All right, the next topic that we have is Elon Musk, his baby mama drama. So one thing that I know is that Elon has, now what is claimed to be the 13th child with 4 women. And he has not publicly confirmed anything about this 13th child. So she's putting it out there on social media, and yet everyone is waiting on Elon's response. So it's kind of like sitting there.
Do we have a video on that?
Okay, now listen to these haters talking.
It was announced Friday that Elon Musk and some right-wing MAGA influencer, Ashley St. Clair, she announced that she has a 5-month-old baby with Elon Musk, which proves all you have to have is money. You can be ugly and horrible, and women will still fuck you.
Look at it.
Because he just had his 13th child with his 4th woman. And they're going back and forth on Twitter, and it is delicious. So here's what Ashley Sinclair posts. It's interesting that Elon is responding to this clearly unjust screenshot that was discussed with his team months ago in a documented call. What she's referring to is she was talking about him having 7 kids in a different post to someone else. Now he decides to respond to it publicly from an account that posted underage photos of me as if he wasn't asking me to have more children with him last week. I would like to take this offline for our child's sake and have been attempting to do so for weeks. Okay, newsflash to this baby mama. He's addicted to Twitter. So if you want to
Okay. Now listen. Now, who's Elon Musk again? The richest guy in the world, right? And look at this woman talking, and you can tell she's a hater.
Before you go, I like to get a woman perspective.
Yeah, go ahead, Lulu.
I like to hear what Lulu has to say about this. What's her take on that?
Yeah, those women have nothing better to do. If Elon had arrangements with this woman and they decided, look, we're going to keep this on the hush, we're going to have a child together, these are the arrangements. There's no need to now go into social media and put the business out there. There's no need for those women to chime into it, to say it don't matter if you're ugly, if you're this. All of that is unnecessary. If the man decided to do what it is that he wanted to do, she agreed. Now she's flipping the script. That's on her.
But and again, listen, guys, let's this is to show you the kind of time we are in. Okay, Elon Musk, he's not married with nobody, okay? Meaning that he's not cheating on anybody, he's not hurting anybody. So practically, and this is a guy that's so smart, everything he did, he think about it carefully, and he treat everything as a business. You understand? Which is what it is. Now look at this woman. You can see those are women with 7 cats. Okay? So practically, if any of them, you can tell there's, you see, while they're talking about, oh, you can be ugly, and as long as you have money, and then anybody would fuck you. Listen, this woman, look at her. This woman, there's nothing pretty about her. And then she's like, probably like what, in her 70s? And then look at the other one and worry about who? Elon Musk, the richest guy in the world. And with her, I mean, like, I know for a fact she'll be more than happy to sleep with Elon Musk if she has a chance to do so.
Listen, you ever hear that saying when people say my money make me handsome?
Yes,
and it's true.
That's probably the case here, you know. But the thing
if
is,
if you're gonna look for an ugly guy, would you pick Elon Musk?
Well, listen, when it comes to picking a guy,
Jesus.
right? I believe beauty is the business of women. Financial success is a business usually of men.
Yes.
So if it's successful financially, he probably can have all the women that
He's
he
the
wants.
most handsome guy
He's
in the
the
world.
most handsome guy in the world,
Have
as
you
far as a lot of people are concerned.
Stanley, have you seen this video? The lady with his was dating this guy, and then there's a midget that came out the door with a whole bunch of money, and then the guy was your height.
You mean a little person?
A little person.
Okay.
Was okay, no, her boyfriend, the guy she was with, was your height. And the guy that came out with all the money was a midget. And then they showing you how she looked at the guy. She looked at the midget like as if the midget was 7 feet tall. And the guy that was right next to her was lower than the damn midget. So the money makes him tall and handsome.
But go ahead, Manu. Go ahead, Manu.
I mean, Elon Musk a smart guy, so cut the cost, get a vasectomy, and do whatever you got.
Well, I mean, the guy, listen, if he can afford it, you know, and he wants to have that, if he can, and as long as he's not forcing anybody to go into bed with him, right? He can.
You know what,
he can actually have.
Listen, when I say cut the cost, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about, you know, the drama, you know, and sometimes not everybody it's up to it's mentally, you know, adequate. You see what I'm saying? It's not about having kids.
Monsieur.
The guy can afford 2,000 kids, 2 million kids, but it's the drama will come with it.
What drama?
Well,
what drama? The drama is not on his side.
Well, I think what he's saying is that now you have this woman Sinclair posting, and then, you know, there's a scandal out there.
Believe me,
So
they're gonna shut her up in less than 24 hours.
But I understand that. But the moment that you go into bed with a woman, or the moment you put a ring in her finger, or you have a child with her, as a man, I think you're giving a little bit of your power away, because nowadays women, you know, they can actually come and you know, tarnish your name, right?
Yeah.
Or now they're referring to her as the baby mama and the dad that's, you know, so now there's a scandal out there, right? When you're a man, your reputation, your name is something, right? So you got to be careful of who you're going out there and who you're doing whatever you're doing out there with, right? So make sure that, listen, hey, we have an agreement. We don't need to be on Twitter about that. You feel a type of way about this, give me a call, right? By the way, you might not find me, give me my representative a call, right? Because I might be busy talking to president, handling serious government stuff, right? So I don't need to be out there on Twitter on my platform. I don't know why he didn't block her, but tarnishing my name, right? So,
but I don't think
blocking coming soon.
I don't think what she's saying right now can tarnish him. The guy's not married with you. I know for a fact. And then guess what? You tarnish him because everybody knows if the guy have a baby with you because he make a deal with you, not because he's your boyfriend or he's his girlfriend, or you even like. But one thing I realize is he only having boys, so that means this guy, when he gets you pregnant, he's picking his baby. Because if you really look at it, as far as I see, all of them are boys. They not. There's no girls yet. So practically, based on his level, he choose who to have kid with and who to have business with, because he's gonna do a business transaction with you. Because
but what I'm trying to explain to you is it's a matter of time before one of them say he tried to rape me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then you're gonna get ugly.
I think there's a scandal.
That's my point when I say cut the cost. It's not about the money himself. It's about the situation. Even we know it's not true, but it's still something. And sometimes too, they might just fix one for you to get you. You see what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do things, just I mean, at that point, take people.
But
I don't know.
But one thing I see, the guy, we have to give the guy his props, his respect. The guy's brilliant. Okay? Compared to
he's the richest guy in the world.
Compared to all these thug niggas with money I see out there doing all kind of stupid things. They're making money and then they're doing all kind of stupid things. Women taking advantage of them, saying this, saying that. Let me tell you this. This guy, he knows the women game in this country and he protect himself.
But you know what? Though?
So far, he protect himself.
But you know what?
He's definitely moving like a G.
The moment
exactly.
He's moving like a G.
Elon Musk's problem is gonna be everybody else's problem in this country now because he decided to join the government.
Yeah.
So whatever he do or he did or he will be doing,
because nobody knew about the first 12 child.
Exactly. So now he's a public figure. He's a public servant. Okay, and there's a way you gotta be. So now whatever he
that's
does,
the way you gotta be.
If
you're for Trump, which way you gotta be?
What you mean? What do you mean by that?
But back then, Trump would not even make it to not even 0 round.
Who said that?
When I first came to this country, believe me.
When you first came to this country in 1999 and back in
1990. you were sitting here.
To be specific. To be specific.
So I think
this guy took 9 years off my years.
What with Ashley St. Clair, as Mono mentioned, we only know of 12, right? So apparently her and Elon made an agreement that they were going to keep the pregnancy private for safety reasons. And after the baby was born, Musk still didn't mention this 13th child. So now she's criticizing him, practically saying, hey, why you're not letting them know about this co-parenting agreement that we have going on.
Exactly.
So she's wanting some attention at this point.
That's exactly what happened. It's like a girl that you've been dating for 4, 5, 6 months, and then she doesn't have a title. She starts asking you, what are we? Why are you not posting me? Why are you not? So that's basically the same thing at a different level, right? Because now they have a child, right? That's why I'm saying is that if you have an agreement, or I mean, if you're gonna have children, why keep having children probably with the same group of women that you already have children with? Because the other ones are not talking, right?
That's a girl, right?
Yeah. So now, so basically, right? I didn't know.
You should take everything back from her.
Listen, I didn't know who that woman was. Now I'm talking about her.
Yeah.
Right? You empower. It's like every time you go and do something like that, you're giving a little piece of yourself, a little bit of your power, a little bit of your strength. Right, because of the society that we are on right now. All she got to do is go on Twitter and everybody talking about her. Right. She got what she wanted. She doesn't need, at this point, she doesn't need him to claim her, right? She just needs to be on Twitter and people talking about her, right? She was somewhere in a box somewhere. I would have preferred that she stay in that box. That's it.
and be
So-
taken care of.
That's it. That's it.
But now
Well,
she's
she will
looking.
be
See,
taken-
now she's not
she
looking
will
for
be
money.
taken
She's
care
looking,
of.
I told you, this type of she's looking for fame.
Because you got to understand the type of society that we are, right? If you go on Twitter or if you go online and start crying about something that's happening at you, you know what are we going to do? We're going to start pointing and laughing at you. It's like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah,
What's going?
of
Yeah,
course.
he's crying. He's
What
crying on social media,
What a worst.
right? You give a woman a platform. She start crying. She start saying, complaining about things. Guess what? The world come and cuddles her, right? And then they lift her up, right? So it's two different things. So you just got to know how to move, and especially a man of that stature and his reputation is at stake, right? You just got to move like a G. That's all.
Just for the record, on va pas dire le bousin.
No, no.
Dame Lambel.
Sorry. From Lambel.
Bon,
Gars, on a
ça-
pas qu'elle
c'est
est-
même next à qui sont 10 minutes là. It's a little person. It's a little
person.
person. Right?
Ça diffère,
Oh, no. It,
Okay.
What's the difference? It's
A little person. I take it back, a little person.
From the movie.
Bon, girl peut make up là.
Yeah,
et puis
but the
girl
thing
peut
is,
filter.
listen,
Make up ou pas?
La fille de
Make up ou
fiabilité.
pas?
Listen,
Comme
you
ça,
talk-
super
you-
son make
you-
up.
you're saying only movie. Go on Instagram. How many women? that
I
do
understand.
this?
I agree. But I'm talking about one thing. I mean, like, I'm not.
She's somebody's problem.
I
Right
mean,
now.
she does a good.
She's
but
pretty, man.
there's
Come on.
millions of women.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
There's
I-
certain things that the way you start behaving and acting, I can't even look at that external beauty anymore. Now, what type of person are you internally?
Well,
Bon, so
yeah. but-
Greg is like, well.
I mean, Mamzalo get plusieurs one night stands only. We gotta admit about that.
Yeah, she got
But
more than one.
you know, like you said, if the attitude and everything come into play, it's gonna take a big effort from my part to kind of really big effort to pass by that attitude thing and focus on the beauty. It can be happening. It's possible, but it would take a lot.
Well, she's getting
You
her
know?
15 minutes. She's
Monsieur,
getting her 15 minutes.
monsieur, moi-même toujours dis non. Ouais, moi-même, m'bagara jamais ignore the power of a woman. I already admit that when it's come to women, if you do not admit the power that they possess, that's when you're gonna become a victim. Because the moment if you think like you can overpower them, and that's when you realize how weak you are. But if you admit it, guess what you're gonna do? You will protect yourself better, because you will know you're not dealing with something simple here. Because God itself, I believe, after created Eve, God said, oops, what the hell did I just did?
Hey, Lulu, what's the next topic?
With something simple here.
That's funny.
Next topic.
All right. So next topic is Trump, who stated, "He who saves his country is not breaking any laws." Anderson, how do you feel about that?
Listen, you know, and going by, I mean, like going, just like the old folks used to say, overzealous, is always a problem. So you cannot overzealous in life, even when you know you're doing the right thing. And me, I have to learn from that myself. So, and one thing I know growing up, if you think you are too big to fail, life will prove you wrong. There was king back then, heavy king. They thought they were God. And God proved them, hey, listen, you will never be God. And from king to go eat grass. So, so when it's come to Trump, at the moment, he thinks he's God. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time that hopefully, and he's gonna realize that he's not God, you know, and that doesn't mean that he's not doing. He doesn't want to do something good. I believe he has good intention when he's come to this country, but at the same time too, or you cannot be overzealous. That's me. That's my takes on it. But at the end of the day, especially this country, like when people, I see, like we all see it. People think they can be above the law, things like that, and then.
Yeah, I think the thing is that obviously, it's no surprise to anyone that I'm a Trump supporter, but everything has limit. Right?
Yeah.
You keep pushing everything, at some point it'll break, right? A lot of people, especially coming from the era of Biden, the last 4 years that we have, it is refreshing to see someone in the office that is, that is strong, right? Someone that wants to show that, he has power and he knows how to use power, right? And people respect that, people react to that, right? But you got to be smart about it and how you move certain things. Know where to push and when not to push, right? Say, okay, I'm gonna apply pressure here, right? But I'm gonna let it go a little bit here because we have a government system. There's 3 branches of government, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to pull and tug with some people to make things happen, right? So if you come across as a tyrant and you're behaving like a tyrant, it might be a little bit more difficult to get things accomplished. So he needs to be a little bit more diplomatic about how but that's never been him. He's successful in business that way, and he's now the president of this country because he is who he is. And at the age that he is now, I don't see him changing anytime soon, right? Although I'm very happy to see what's going on and what's happening, but I'm a little bit scared also to what may come and what might come. That's what I gotta say.
But when you're looking at Trump, sometimes you can see he's a weak man, right?
What do you mean?
What's so weak about Trump?
Yeah.
You see, like when he's around Elon Musk. I don't know, because when I look at people, believe me, dude, I look at people in different aspects.
Internally.
Not the same. Listen, you see, when Elon Musk is standing next to the guy, you can tell that the guy knows, hey, listen, I have limitation. Elon Musk, this guy, but another good thing about that as well, when it's a good thing when a man know or a person know their limitation. So therefore, guess what they do? They have the ability, when they want to get something done, to make sure that they get the right person around them to help them get there. That's the difference between some people. They think they know it all and they can do it all, and at the end of the day, whatever that they want to do can never be done because they have limitation themselves. So, but you can tell that he knows that. I see it myself.
I don't know what it is. I don't think Trump is scared of Elon Musk, right? I don't
Not
think he's
scared,
intimidated.
though. When I say,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think he's intimidated by Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk controlled Twitter. He has a lot of power in terms of communication and getting to people. He was definitely instrumental getting him elected.
Yeah.
And we know that Trump liked to have people around him that are loyal to him, and people that help him,
smart,
that are smart people also. To me, when I see Elon Musk, besides what he was able to achieve financially and with his business, so far, I'm not really in the whole governmental and the campaign. I'm not really impressed much by Elon Musk, right? I don't know. Maybe it's the way he communicates, the way he articulates himself. He's not the most eloquent and articulated guy. I don't know. I respect him in business, but he's not intimidating at all.
Okay, I disagree with you by saying Trump is weak. Okay, my thing is with Elon and Trump, believe me, they have a mutual agreement, and I'm sure whatever went down, because everybody talking about the same thing, that Elon think is the president, Elon think is in charge.
I'm not talking about that.
But what makes you think that Trump is weak because of Elon?
No. I said you can tell when somebody appear weak, and I give you Elon Musk example, like, but cannot only be Elon Musk, because if we really look at it, that the fact that he's in the Oval Office, and I don't see that too often. Somebody that so influential in a government,
For sure.
beside the president. You understand my point? And dude, if you really look at Trump is a guy that I would say possessed by power. This is a guy that do not want to share his fame, dude. And just the fact that if you cannot admit that he has Elon Musk next to him, he knows he's losing some of his fame. Because we're doing right now, that's exactly the type of things Trump do not like.
Well,
instead of talking about him and talk about Elon Musk.
And
Listen.
maybe hold on, Greg, quick, and maybe he's okay by now, because I think you're thinking of Donald Trump during his first term, the person that he was. I mean, he had 4 years in between, the Democratic Party coming at him, going into court, people suing him left and right. And then there were people that came around him and supported him. Now he's back in the office. I think he's a change man. It was a powerful experience.
Change man, how?
I mean, I think the way he,
As far as doesn't care much about his fame anymore.
No.
well, maybe he's more willing to share the fame.
Stanley,
right?
the same Trump we had in 2016, it's not the same Trump we have
Absolutely
in
not.
2024.
And not only that, he's older, guys. You
Even-
got to realize that first time he was elected, he's like 8 years older now, right?
Okay.
Because he has his 4-year term, and
Then
now another 4 year
Democrat,
from
now he's
the
in again.
and now he's
Okay.
right. The man is
So-
older, right? So there's sometimes you may say, hey, let me delegate a little bit. Let me take the spotlight away from me. I know who I am. I know what I can do, right? But now I can share the spotlight because I've achieved. I mean, President Trump is not your typical president. He's the first president to go to Super Bowl. He's the first president to go to the Indy 500. Right now, he's having Elon Musk.
Yeah, he knows he's doing.
but-
What he said,
Yeah, sitting president.
he said Elon Musk can never be the president of the United States.
Well, he wasn't born
knows
in this
that.
country.
Exactly. He knows that.
There's
He
no
knows
way
that.
he could be.
Okay.
No, but
So-
here's my point. What you guys need to understand. For somebody to reach a point, Greg, you want to say something? But
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Trump admired those guys because those guys represent everything that he wished he was. So same thing like Putin, in Russia.
yes,
The guy was like the KGB physically, he's always on the horse doing all that thing. He never, and people always say Trump successful. Trump never built anything. His dad gave him money. He bankrupt a lot of times and he knows the system. But it's not because he's a guy like Elon Musk who make money, who print money.
Elon Musk,
Do you understand?
Elon Musk, his brothers are the the brain.
Well, no matter what, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
just
But
saying.
Elon
His
Musk,
brothers are
he's
the
in-
brain.
what do you
You
mean
know,
his brother is
Well,
the brain?
His,
Oh.
the
what
one
I'm
that
saying is,
the creators. He's just the most outspoken one. He go out there and present. But the other two brothers,
I mean,
they are the main ones.
But
Have you
all I'm
ever
saying
heard of
is-
them?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Trump admired those guys. You see what I'm saying? And to Anderson's point, he knows he got that as a weakness. I feel like it's just somebody who always bully people at school. They say, "Give me your lunch."
You're
Make my own lunch.
a Democrat. You are a true
So,
Democrat.
No. One way or another, the guy managed to know the system and be very successful at it.
Well, yeah, I
You see
think
what
there
I'm
may be
saying?
some
So-
validity on what you're saying because he definitely has respect for people that are, creators, achievers, and creators, and not only that has money, right? And so now he likes to be surrounded by people like that, right? Maybe there's like a little, fan thing. Like it's like, okay, those guys were able to achieve it themselves. They created something, and then let's cheer them on, right? And I like to be part of that crew. Hey, can I sit on the lunch table with you guys?
But
Because
that's
this
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
cool
So
kid
it's
table.
a guy that
Right.
But we have a comment from Marco.
Mhm.
And Marco said President Donald Trump maintained that he has done anything wrong despite facing legal and political challenges. U.S. judges have rejected his efforts to reshape the government policies with ruling, and let me see, with okay, just and okay, this advocating blah blah. European leaders remain divided on how to engage Trump administration, particularly. So practically, what Marco is saying is that, regardless of what it is, from the beginning, to him, he never did anything wrong. Even though he's a convicted felon, to him, he never did anything wrong. So, hey. So right now, there is nothing that you can really say about the way
like
that
you guys said, King, think they were God, and then at one point, they come back to reality.
Yeah.
When people are like that, their worst enemy is themselves. It will be that one bad decision, that one thing, something happened to a group of people, something. And then everybody, even if you like the guy, you get to a point where you're like, God damn, I can't really defend that.
Yeah.
And basically, everybody, look at Puff Daddy. Look at all of those guys. It takes a second for people to be like, I'm out.
No, Puff Daddy
You see what I'm
is
saying?
is a different animal.
Well, what I'm saying is
There's no
the problem
comparison
is-
here.
well, what I'm saying is those people, they think they can do no wrong. They think, like you
Yeah, but
said,
if
they
I-
too
if
big
Puff
and
Daddy
fair.
background, I don't think he can even think that.
If I can say something about what Marco said, there was definitely an agenda. The Democratic Party have their own agenda against Trump, so they did everything right to either take him to court, incite a whole bunch of different things, right?
Yeah.
So, in a sense, yes, it is a convicted felon, or he's gone to court for other things and left and right. But if there was no agenda against him, nobody would care, right? Nobody would really care, right? So what the Democratic Party was trying to do for the 4 years they were in office didn't succeed. Obviously, Trump is president now, right? So, you want to call him whatever you want to call him. He is who he is, right? At the same time, also, the Democratic Party is working to say, hey, we're trying to stay in power, and probably maybe taking this guy to court, tarnishing his name or giving him a bad reputation might work in our favor, right? Well, the strategy didn't work. And I think the strategy with the Democratic Party is still not working. And the reason why I'm saying that, you have senators and congressmen that are coming and going in the news and talking about what Trump is doing. Obviously, right now, Trump has a higher approval rating.
Yeah.
Right, 60% approval rating from what I saw.
I think the immigration is giving guys so much power because at the end of the day, I believe a lot of people have issues with that immigration thing. And despite all these things, if you see only person complaining is Democrats, and even own Democrats is saying, hey, you know what? I'm glad that is deporting all those criminals because they feel the burden of taxes.
Yeah,
they feel the burden. You understand? So I think that's where the Democrats fell short.
Yeah, if you think about it, right? Was it Cortez? What's her name? What's her first name? I can't remember her name. Congressman from New York, right? She's basically tipping off migrant, telling them, hey, if they come knocking on your door, do not open the door, and giving them instruction how to evade ICE.
You don't have to open your door.
You are a United States Congresswoman.
Wait, Stanley, hold on. Hey, truth is, if the ICE come knocking on your door, you don't have to open your door.
I mean, you don't.
And then they can tell you, and you can ask them, do you have a warrant? They can tell you, yes, they have a warrant. Slip that warrant under my door. Because ICE agents, they don't need you as an ICE agent and me and you both ICE agents, I could sign a warrant for you.
Yeah.
So now once you receive that warrant, you look at it. If it's not a judicial warrant signed by a judge, you don't have to open that door.
I completely understand, but that message should come from someone maybe in your local community or not from your congressman.
Nobody
against action that's taken by a governmental agency and the president of the United States.
We're too far. Right? We're too far from the question. The question is, like, is he pushing too hard until he will get to his breaking point? You see what I'm saying? And we all agree that he's pushing to a limit that if he doesn't retract a little or retract some of his pressure, we all agree it will come to like a cracking point or something.
Mono, I got a question for you. If you don't stop his pressure, is this gonna explode or implode?
Well, I mean, he implode because something's gonna happen in this country. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, with everything with Canada and China and everything, you don't know. I mean, the guy literally tell people, "Hey, I'm gonna go and take Gaza."
But in the comment, I said,
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
well, yeah, but in the comment, what I'm saying is that if anybody doesn't understand, the technicality that you just explained, the legalities about certain things, right? And I'm not a migrant and I'm not connected to that particular community, but I'm listening to this woman who's a congresswoman of the United States acting against ICE, you understand where I'm coming from. Right?
I totally understand.
It's like, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Who are those people? Who's voting for those people?
Because we're supposed to be intact. I see what you're saying. We're supposed to be intact and we're supposed to be in line with each other. I know what you're saying. I understand you perfectly.
So now you have taxpayers' dollars going to ICE to try to do a job, and it seems like you're trying to say, hey, this is how you evade that. This is how you do this. But meanwhile, those guys are trained to do a job and they're putting their life at risk to do that job. Don't make it more difficult for them.
Stan, let me ask you a question. Do you agree or do you feel bad at all for all these people that's getting deported right now at this moment?
If you're a criminal, right, and you're getting deported,
I have a buddy of mine,
right? Listen, if you're a criminal, you're getting deported, right? I'm 100% for it. If you're here, right, you're not under taxpayers' dollars, right? Freeloading in this country, well, maybe you should go home, right? Or find a job. If you're here, right, through a legal process, or you're here on TPS or whatever, you're a working person, you're contributing to this country, you're contributing to your community, right? You're helping the businesses and you're paying taxes in this country. I'm 100% for you to be here. And if there's a path for you to not only become legal or become a citizen of this country, I'm 100% for it, right? That's my view on it.
By the way,
I believe we let's go to the next topic. Lulu.
All right. The next topic is about BBLs. I was gonna say women, but guys get them too, right?
Really?
Or women?
Hold on, wait. Hold on, men get that type of stuff.
Who are all up in plastic surgeries and they get their behinds plumped up a little bit. But are women still getting them? These BBLs. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Cosmetic surgeries, etc. Stanley, go ahead. How do you feel about that topic?
I think our producers have a video on this. Do you wanna play a little bit of it for the audience to take a look before we start making comments?
Adding more to the hips. So it's the waist to hip ratio. Fantastic results. Day one after BBL surgery. As you can see, small waist. The objective is always to make the waist smaller in comparison to the hips. Now the BBL cheats in a way by adding more to the hips. So it's the waist to hip ratio.
Well, I know you asked me to make comments on this, Lulu. I think I'm the wrong person to make comment on this because my type has nothing like it. I don't like extremely voluptuous women. It's just not my type. So I think I should pass it to Anderson or maybe Mano. Look at his face.
Okay, so
Take a look. Hey, producer, give me.
Why Anderson? Why Anderson, man? Get it?
I don't know,
Well,
but I'm just saying I'm not saying that Anderson that's what he likes. I'm just saying it's just not my type. I'm more kind of like a petite, maybe slimmer, a different shape. But the whole like
That type?
what that could do, right? So
But listen, I don't understand. You said big is not your type. You like voluptuous women.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I don't like extremely voluptuous women.
Okay.
That's not
And
what
I say, okay, this one. What about this?
this seems quite. This seems quite proportionate to me.
Why you cannot just say yes? That's your type.
Well, yes, and that works for me.
Why I gotta force you to say it?
Why is this guy making you say things you don't want to
Yeah,
say?
exactly. He's trying.
No,
to
the way that he's talking, I'm the only one that like booty, and he doesn't like booty. And then, okay, here's the thing.
Well, sometimes we have to keep in mind that sometimes women are not doing it specifically to have this huge buttocks. It's not always for that reason. Some people, they're super, super flat and they want to have a little bit of,
Something
cushion
going
back
on.
there.
Well, yeah.
There's many reasons why, and I guess everyone is entitled to do what it is that they want to their own body. I guess my issue is when you're doing it for other people and also the health concerns that comes along with it. Some people are trying to save money and they're getting injections and
Can I ask
all
you
of
a
these
question,
things that
Lulu?
will affect their health. That's when, to me, you're pushing it too far with this whole BBL thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why women make their butts so big?
Maybe that's what the men in their environment is interested in, and they want to be looked at.
Hey, Lulu, let's be honest. It's an investment. It's an investment that may pay off, right?
And
there's no guarantee that it'll pay off, but it's definitely an investment that they're hoping to pay off, right? Like I say many times in this show, and you guys can hear me say it, beauty is the business of women, and men, right, react to beauty, right? And every different type of man have something that they like, so if that's what you like and she got it and you want it, right? Hey, who knows what you might do so you can have it, right?
But now here's
Like, that's right there. That's not too bad.
You know what?
That works. That works. Yeah.
I disagree with Lulu. You don't do it because they want to do it for themselves. They do it for somebody else. They don't do it for themselves. They do it for the attention.
Well,
no.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
They do it. Listen, here's one thing you have to understand. Okay. Okay, we're living in a society.
Well, was this?
That's what I'm saying. There's some cases.
But okay, but here's my point. Okay, here's my point. Okay, when you have this, right? Everybody knows it's fake. Okay.
It's not fake.
What is not fake?
So if it's
not fake, what is it? So if this not fake, what is it?
To be honest with you, when I'm looking at this, I think it probably served her well. It's probably like a little augmentation or maybe to reshape, right? But it wasn't something. What I'm talking about is like those things that are extremely
that's not only
huge.
there's augmentation here.
Yeah, but it's not
She did
fake.
not have no
It
body
is not
before she
fake.
put
Well,
on.
that actually looked like a reduction to me.
Reduction. Look at the other one. She got none. That thing saggy. That thing dropped.
Well, it basically looked a little more firm.
And then look at it. You see the back.
It's a butt lift.
No, you see the
Producer, look at Stanley talking.
You see the
His hand
she
gesture. Stanley hand gesture.
You see?
Look at
Okay.
that firm.
Now, guys, here's what it is. Let's be honest. It's pressure from society. That's it. You see, you have to understand, and we know it.
Oh,
We have more people. We have more followers. Okay, we have more followers than leaders.
what the?
Now,
Really?
Okay.
Ça son erreur. Ça son erreur.
I mean, Nick, this, you know what? This one, that's a $3,000 one.
Yeah, listen, if you're a woman and
That's-
you see that, you should basically go ask her and say, hey, who's your doctor? So I can never go to that guy
No.
because that went wrong.
That's Photoshop.
That's
That's Photoshop.
Photoshop.
That's Photoshop.
Whoever is that, you can use that as a table. You can put your drink on it.
Ah, bah bon. Ça,
If
it's
she's
a
in front of
Photoshop.
you, you definitely can put your beer in it.
And I think
And then on top of it.
I think the other girl telling her, yo, you need to get on my face with your booty like this.
They
I
both
think
got
But
the
they
same
both
thing.
got the same thing. I mean, take a look, right? So this is what I'm saying. Hey, no shade to the type of guys that will find this attractive, but my God,
But
it
to
is
them,
not
to
for
them,
me.
to them,
It
they're
is-
attractive.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? And I'm not gonna dispute that, right? If that's what you like, that's what you like, right? But for me,
Don't say you're doing it
Hey,
for me.
Mano, what's your point of view? Let Mano say something.
yeah, I like to know what
Yeah,
what
because
Mano
Mano-
thinks about this subject
You
because
took
he's
Mano
been
off the show
smiling a
tonight,
lot.
man.
He's been smiling.
I think
a
Mano's a
lot.
little sad because you're here, he's not. Because he's been quiet all night tonight.
Mano wanna be in Miami.
Mano is a little sad because you're here, he's not. Because he's been quiet all night. So, Mano, go ahead. I wanna hear you.
Absolutely. And he sneaked out on me. I didn't know he was coming. So and I did everything for him not to go. I pray for the snow. You know, who knows what it is. But
Medusa.
anyway,
Mano Bamun.
Medusa.
Mano Bamun.
Yeah, what a hater, man! What a hater!
Mano so hater. Medusa.
Guess. So information,
I
right?
Eh?
Information, right?
if
Full information. Full
Greg,
BBL,
right.
baby.
I mean, if that's what you like, if that's what make you feel better, hey, have at it. But I wouldn't do anything like that for somebody else, even as an investment to make money. What happened the day, because that thing is not forever. I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, at one point, either way you have to do it again or you have to, I don't know, you have to maintain it, right? Because I don't know how that works. But I think it's I don't know. Do you have
Lulu's
to
laughing.
maintain it?
Lulu's laughing.
Anderson, do you have to maintain it or do like a remix?
Well,
or like a
Mano, let me
replace
ask you a question,
How's that
Mano.
work?
Watch, Rotschill. Rotschill, Pas bonne mise de question. Mon nom de question. Si moi devant Dieu pardon, t'as acheté donc pas mettre faux.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I see your point.
listen,
I
guys.
see your point, and
Listen.
this is exactly
No,
what I
no,
was
no,
gonna
no,
say,
no.
right?
No,
What
but
I wanted.
Listen,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's the same thing like
So, that example, babon. Example, babon même.
Ou rachète donc pas mettre
No,
faux.
Si lui achète donc,
Non,
quand
non,
Mon
tu
gars, non, ou rachète donc oui, tu pas mettre faux.
si monsieur ou tenez bien sorti, il va gagner dans même ou gen munda déjà. Est-ce pas que moun qui fait ce munda?
So monsieur gen bouche.
Pas aucune femme qui
Pas
fait ce
besoin de pour
munda.
vivre. Ou pas besoin de pour vivre.
Donc mettre dans bourri.
OK, tu veux
Non.
faire pour mon ouais.
No,
Ouais,
bonjour.
Mano.
Plastic surgery, they misuse it. Somebody qui t'a inventé les moun sot nan guerre, you perdu un yeux, you perdu. That's what people, that's where the whole thing came from.
Yeah.
Now those things been happening for a long time, since the 1940s, after World War II and all that. But what happened? People just misuse it like everything else. Oh, he lost his nose. They fixed it for him. So let me go and do my nose like that. And then that's how, everything go to hell.
Okay,
You
guys.
see what I'm saying? But
Okay.
Well, no,
Me-
but
me-
I
I
think,
don't, it's not my type anyway.
yeah.
It's not my style. It's not my type anyway. But
What's not your
I
type?
can't really
What's
talk
not your
about
type?
that.
What's not your type?
The BBL type.
Femme go munda batabou?
Full BBL. No, full BBL.
It's not my type.
Definitely.
Yeah. On butt lift, maybe.
Full
On butt
BBL,
lift,
baby.
maybe.
I'm not.
Da,
I'm not
da,
into that.
No, but the thing is, I think Anderson said something, and I really want to make a comment real quick. Is that he said there's a pressure on society, right? Like I said, it's an investment that women make, and there are women that actually really took advantage of it, where basically they were able to date certain type of men that that can put them in position that they couldn't do before, right? And not only that, you have a confidence factor, right? It's like when you get something done and you feel beautiful and you feel happy about yourself, you move differently as a woman, and I see it all the time, right? So, but you are right. There's pressure on women to look a certain way, right? And women are easily persuaded sometimes, right? And they're just gonna go and move forward and do it.
And then here's one thing. Then I really just like say, wow, this is while people, I see like women taking pictures. Do you know now the women, to them, their butt look more beautiful than their face? Because now when they take pictures, they don't take pictures.
Oh man.
They right now, if you see them taking pictures, they show their butt.
So
But they're not
that's what
showing
they
their
put in
face.
it?
But
And now
one
here's
thing-
now listen to this, people.
Oh my God.
Here's my thing. That's the reason why I see like people don't understand. And I say pressure from society. These people, in another 10 years, they're not gonna be the same age. So practically, even as you say Stanley is an investment, automatically you put that type of booty, you become a depreciating asset. Let me tell you why. Because once you're getting old, your skin will start dropping and that booty gonna drop. Just like Mono was saying, you have to maintain it. So practically, when you reach a point, there's an age you're gonna reach. You cannot keep that fake booty anyway.
Yeah, but they can always look to the past, say, "Hey,
there's
I had,
two types though.
No,
There's
I
two
had
types.
those moments."
But now
No,
listen to
there's
me.
two types. There's
But
two
now
types.
listen to me. There's other things that more important, health-wise, that you're gonna need.
And those people,
As
they're
you
not
getting
thinking about
older.
health, my friend.
Yeah,
They're
but
not
And
thinking about
then
health.
they won't have money to do it.
But-
Meanwhile, they're wasting money. And
yeah, but there's two types,
But-
right? Okay, like this lady here, she's getting a fat injection. Okay, she's not getting a fake booty. So
Jesus,
they take
Richard,
it-
you look well informed.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Madam Misa Congo Munda.
No, but Adam, wait.
But Madam Munda, Madam Misa
What are you
Naturel.
talking about?
Thank you.
Puso pala.
God.
Detail, it's okay.
What is this nonsense?
What is this?
Okay,
nonsense?
so now, today, she's getting a fat injection, okay?
It's a compliment. And I said, Muna Madam Misa Naturel. It's a compliment.
All right,
Okay.
keep going
All
about
right.
it. Keep going.
Okay,
about
no, I'm
it.
sorry. About Madam Misa.
Keep going about it.
Okay,
Look
so-
at Lulu's face.
Deux bagages, monsieur dame. Il y a un côté que mon prend une injection limitée qui est silicone là, et ça, je pense que après un nombre de temps, ça va le problème là. But fat là qu'il est retiré dans le ventre là, il prend limité dans là, those are the stubborn fat.
Ah, Fatla Gabul Boule quand même.
Well, that's a
What about
repositioning. Repositioning of the
So
fat.
she's gotta
Maybe-
maintain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Those are the stubborn
So
fat.
they got their future in
Pourquoi
their
Cap
back.
fini semble là? Oh, okay.
So with fat sayo, those are the stubborn fat. So when which one thing they don't realize, the stubborn fat never dies. It's the same way you see when you lose weight in your stomach, and then you stop eating, and your stomach just shrink. The moment you start eating again, what happened? It goes right back because the fat just shrank, and then when you start eating, it go back. It's the same thing with the butt. Like she probably didn't have it like that, but she got the booty she wanted, and then she got careless a little, or she got carried away. When she got carried away a little bit, and then now it start going again. That's why a lot of women that does this type of stuff, they're always at the gym.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get a nice, firm, tight buttocks just by going to the gym. So, but some people
Yeah, I
sometimes
mean,
are
as well
just
get a Brazilian woman.
yeah. You know, but I mean, you do see people that just have some work done and it completely changed their lives.
It gives them confidence.
It gives them so much confidence, right? They move
And
differently.
they cost more money.
It's the same
You know?
way. If you fat, you running, and then you fat, you come in here, your neck, you have no neck, and then you can't even breathe, and then you start running.
Yeah.
I started running with you, dude. Now I can put my shit inside, Don't go with my husband, Mr. Dala.
Yeah. So you have a
There's
little
a
bit
way
more,
you look.
you have a little bit more confidence
Yeah.
about yourself. What do you think, Lulu?
Still, Mr. Dala, well, but Mr. Dala, said what?
I definitely agree. Women are entitled to do what it is that they want for themselves, to their bodies. But again, just be careful in how you're doing it. We already know injections and the extra silicone and all of that, that's risky. Try to find alternative ways. maybe doing the fat grafting that we saw, and then going to the gym. Those two together may give you the result that you're looking for. So there's different ways that you can get the same result. But I mean, some people it looks good. They needed it, quite frankly. And in others, it's just a little too much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, some women are A cups, and you give her a C cup, a D cup, and my God, she's a completely
You
different
start opening a business and all, right?
That's it. That's it. You know.
Yeah, parce que the bundak back up. Même pas que femme ko bunda au plus cher.
I mean,
Not that one with the blue
They
shirt.
invested. They invested.
On femme sans bunda ap charge $100, on femme qui gen bunda bas c'est $250.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I was reading about it.
Oh yeah, where did you read about that?
And I'm cheap anyway. So at that point,
Mesdames et messieurs, mais comme nous connaissons pas comme, n'a dégagé nous. Ça pas que monde.
But that one, mom's a live me that we petit fat me no jump me do it. That's it. Donc on connaît crème. À date bon I'm so crème qui me ça moi. I don't think. Il va y avoir problème chez nous.
Comme ça bunda son pé oui. Regardez pour on là.
C'est le crème qui me ça moi Haïti yo. Crème qui me ça moi.
C'est où.
Et pour ça va y avoir problème chez nous.
Bon, mesdames et messieurs, et non parti ça, on a tout fini avec parti Munda, so on a tout tombé là le jour. So on a tout pas Munda avec.
Sorry. Oh my God.
But même just connais, au seul bagage me connais papa.
What's up with you?
I'm just looking at Mano's face and it's just too
Au
funny.
seul bagage me connais, monsieur. Seul bagage pendant la prendre c'est comme ça papa. Les femmes yo fait Munda yo. Pour yo monter. Pour yo monter. Ça veut dire quelque soit génial. On va pas parler de femmes ça non, femmes ça même sur notre bagage, yo pas normal. Yo pas normal. Mais monsieur, que des femmes base fit pas Munda base. My friend. Sou pas gen quoi dans Munda, pas camper dans Munda ça non base. Ça veut dire, comme non, il fait comme la 20 fois la vallée.
Oui.
Ah, Loulou comme ça m'a parlé.
Loulou content.
That's crazy, but you're right.
Faut tirer comme là.
Ok.
It is what
Monsieur,
it is.
pas de lance là dedans non. So ça veut dire, les femmes n'ont pas dit tel fin fait bundal papa. Ou alors tu la mon femme cap garder on nèg. Mon femme, on est cap garder femme. Femme nan viré. Femme nan dit soit garde là, m'pa faire bou.
Oui.
Al gade bunda mezip yo. On compte combien bunda ça a coûté et sous ka camper là.
Só de là.
Ah,
Ça
well,
me
from
fait-
the
ça me
family.
fait-
Et ça sorti à la comme non fin faire bunda li gen confiance dans lui même bas. Vous c'est la pas la n'importe
Ouais,
net.
ben là encore.
C'est vrai. Car les ont tant de sauce. Et pour ça moi même depuis mon femme, depuis je bunda fait. C'est
cher,
le défait papa.
Rotschill.
Si papa là avant base.
Fais mon doigt attendez.
Même fait Jordan. Mesdames et messieurs, comme moi.
Mais tu vas aller souvent là.
Monsieur.
Rotschill.
No
Mais
one
monsieur,
knows one more
Bah,
thing.
Non,
il y
non.
a une alternative naturelle. Parce que
Alternative
Anderson,
naturelle.
mais bah, il y a qui a, c'est pas.
Oh oui, c'est pas sérieux.
Mano,
Gene femme yo ba connait. Non bon ba dernière fois l'am dit bon qui a nous t'a job. Comme s'il vous plaît, sous besoin moun do ou. Bon bo qui yo vend siri base. Ouais,
Oui.
ou chita sous bo qui a na coup boule moun do pour son va dépenser son dollar. Bon qui a et pendant ce temps on manger diri avec souli. Après fin manger diri à base. Bon qui la vide chaque jour plein bo qui a à l'eau chita mettre moun do sous lui, moun do à bon base.
qui le bouillon
Ça,
vient
c'est
de le faire.
natural way.
All right. We get it. All right.
And it's free.
Moun do bon ti bo qui.
Producer a dit, monsieur, faut aller.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. Final comments from everyone.
C'était ça beau café.
Oh, I mean, it's cold over here. Bien aimé jouer on behind. T'as aimé jouer nos future back way. Pour me chauffer comme là, man. But you know, Mbaga effortless, so I guess I'm on a 150 bracket.
And that's why I
And
said
one
it's
thing
a one-man man, it's a one-man woman.
And one thing about me, I know my bracket. Everybody knows that. I know my salary cap, so I'm not in those. I'm not into those.
It's a one-woman man.
So, that's it.
That's it.
You know, so yeah, so it was very nice, guys. So hopefully next time I make it to the studio, and hopefully when I make it, Lulu, you know, we get a chance to meet and everything. So, you know, so see you guys.
Cher papa, t'as pas l'invité une femme qui a un gros bunda, je dis à un show, papa, je suis bien content. Pas de venir faire le show, papa, c'est pas ça, madame.
Il t'a envie de l'aller. Comment c'est mon la route?
Ah, comme on va t'apprendre confortable même nous, papa.
Comment c'est d'elle
Bon,
là?
et moi-même, mesdames et messieurs, et encore une fois, a great show. You know what? Ouais, tout le monde qui dit toujours parler trop bien, je dis à pas tellement parler.
Sorti là.
Je demande de parler plus.
Eh,
pas faire Loulou.
Regardez show.
Loulou,
Mon
right?
parler baba. Mon parler je dis même.
No.
Sad. Mon
Hey,
sad baba aller.
Hey, I speak less today, right?
He made an effort.
Okay.
He made an effort.
See, I tried
May not have got the result that he wanted, but he made an effort.
you know,
We
hey,
gotta give him an A for effort.
That's it.
n'a mettre fo bunda tout. Si nous ka dit ça nous même nèg ça nous ka dit n'a mettre fo bunda tout. Bon, mesdames et messieurs, c'est ce monsieur sans parler, choix.
No, but definitely. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Abdul to subscribe. That's what I was gonna say. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe. Et puis share live là. Et puis bum love. Manger l'argent bum love.
Yep.
That's it.
Entertaining as usual. Happy to be in studio. Mano, I don't envy you where you are right now. You stay over there. Just stay over there. Right? Happy that I got a chance to escape the cold and then come and be with you guys in the studio here. Entertaining show as usual, like I said, and looking forward to the next one.
And the show sponsor?
And probably a sponsor, nous avons executivetaxsoftware.com. Et puis avec encore tout, et vous avez besoin d'acheter software tax 1-888-338-7179, 1-888-338-7179. That's one of the new sponsors that we have. If you want to purchase a very good technology software to file taxes, guess what happened? Go to executivetaxsoftware.com. Executivetaxsoftware.com. Avec encore tout, probably, n'a voté pour Cash Konzi, pour Miramar. Cash Konzi, nous besoin de représentants, ici représenter nous dans Miramar. Votez Cash Konzi, et soit côté mi ensemble avant, quel que soit côté de vous habiter dans Miramar, ou qu'à voter pour Cash Konzi normal. So therefore, mesdames et messieurs, moi une personne Rotschill Anderson, m'a dit non, allez voter pour Cash Konzi. Et soit somme de la l'autre semaine après c'est des cas Cash Konzi.
Sit 4.
Avec encore like I said, there's no district, nothing like that. Des pour habiter dans Miramar, allez voter pour Cash Konzi. Avec encore subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, share post là, bum love. Moi même manger l'argent bum love. Même dernière fois femme cadeau 20 $, il pas dit my love you, comme si vous me foutre de police. Ça veut dire que hey, on cap garder show là, we work hard for you. Nous gain essayer de top, n'a dit ça le producteur tout. Et soit côté mi ensemble avant, manger l'argent bum love. Et soit samedi là.
Wow.
Production manifestant.
We out.
Production manifestant.
Eh bien!